This is where U.S. civil rights activist Rosa Parks once lived. Parks was arrested in 1955 for refusing to give up her seat on a segregated city bus in Montgomery, Alabama. The incident led to boycott of city buses and ultimately a Supreme Court decision that declared segregated busing unconstitutional. The case also helped spark a civil rights revolution in America. So, when U.S. artist Ryan Mendoza found out the Parks family home in Detroit was going to be demolished, he decided to act.
It was a house that was on the demolition list. The family paid $500 to initially protect the house from demolition, and they asked me, after asking for 25 different institutions, they asked me, would I be willing to help save the house? And I said, of course, yes, I would.
Now it's on display in Naples, Italy. For years, Mendoza campaigned to bring attention to the home's historic value.
The house really tells a story of redlining and housing inequality, and it allows people to understand more greatly why people are so enraged. The upcoming election is not very interesting to me personally, because I think the Rosa Parks House project doesn't speak to a political election, it speaks to America as a whole. And the question is even deeper as to whether Biden or Trump is elected. It goes to, what are we going to tell our children? How are we going to consider memory and history?
The Naples-based Morra Greco Foundation helped organize the exhibition with the backing of the Italian Culture Ministry. Maurizio Morra Greco Foundation president says in the piece he sees even more than artistic value.
I am convinced that at this moment, Naples has the opportunity to contribute to this phenomenon of integration. I believe that exhibiting this work here is a gift, but also a burden, because it obliges us to reflect.
Parks moved to her brother's home in Detroit from Montgomery, Alabama in 1957 to escape death threats after her court case. Visitors say the home has an important and symbolic value.
I like the fact that they brought this house here. I find it a brilliant idea and also significant from an educational and formative point of view for the younger generation in particular.
Mendoza ci lavora da tanti anni.
Mendoza has been working on it for many years, and behind it there is the idea of supporting the rights, and in particular the rights of this family, which is a symbol of any kind of fight against injustice.
The exhibition is taking on fresh relevance this year, particularly as racial tensions build in the United States. The May death of African-American George Floyd while in the custody of Minneapolis police sparked demonstrations around the country and the world.
So this is my brick from 2672 Deacon, Southwest Detroit.
Holding on to a piece of memory, Shelia McCauley-Keys, Rosa Parks' niece, says she would really like the house to be returned to the U.S. one day.
Because it's the house I grew up in. That's what I see it as. It's the art project right now. But I just remember it as the place, walking in the backyard with my aunt, my uncle, my grandmother, picking the vegetables that my father would grow for all of us.
Mariama Diallo, VOA News.